There's a certain brand of sugar-free gummy bears that, when consumed, produce a powerful laxative effect upon the human body. Some members of society have consumed these gummy bears, not knowing the dire consequences of doing so. These outraged individuals have left impassioned reviews on Amazon.com, a popular shopping website. The following is a dramatic recreation of those reviews.
Her name was Andrea. I had my eye on her since about sophomore year. I invited her over for a simple dinner date. I was waiting for her to arrive, and I began chewing on some gummy bears.
It was a warm, sunny Florida morning. Me and my friend Terry were talking at our used car dealership, and in comes the UPS man. He's got this 5-pound bag of gummy bears.
I had the worst gastrointestinal experience I could even imagine. I mean, bloating, sweating. I just knew whatever was going to come out of me was going to be the worst thing I've ever smelled in my entire life.
Ordered these as a little bit of a gift, a token of our appreciation for our employee Preston Tucker. He sometimes flirts with diabetes and a little bit on the unhealthy side, so these sugar-free gummy bears were the perfect gift.
We had been talking for a little while, and I began to hear an ominous gurgling sound coming from my gut. Almost mistakable for the percolating of a bachelor's crappy coffee maker. It was then that I realized that my chances of scoring with Andrea were rapidly approaching zero.
Once we presented the man with this fine gift of sugar-free gummy bears, he was giddy with excitement. Smile on his face was bigger than a fully loaded Ford Expedition.
As soon as I was out of Andrea's sight, I began to sprint down the hallway, removing my pants as I went. In that moment, I feel like I could have bested Usain Bolt for the gold medal.
Then came the flatulence. I mean, the sounds were like trumpets calling the demons back to hell. The smell was like 1,000 corpses vomiting.
He consumed about 50% of the bag. Well, about the end of the day, I see him running across the parking lot with just this horrible expression on his face. I mean, you thought his firstborn would have been run over by a cargo bus full of senior citizens on their way to bingo. It was then that I realized my mistake.
What came out of me felt like somebody was trying to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw.
I knew that if Andrea had gotten even a whiff of the weapons-grade sluice that my anus was angrily shouting into the porcelain bowl, I'd have to change my name and move to another city.
I felt violated when it was all over.
As he ran across the parking lot, his expression went from pure terror to that of utter carnage. As soon as he made it into the dealership, he collapsed on the floor in a cold sweat. Me and Terry ran over to check him, but they were hit with the most god-awful smell you can imagine. He had exploded in his pants with a blast that would have made Hiroshima look like child's play.
I managed to grab a quick glimpse of what had happened behind me. I managed to see the toxic waste that had been landed in and around the can. The next thing I remember was I woke up several minutes later with a plunger that was covered in teeth marks.
He made it into the bathroom, wherein I heard some of the worst sounds and smells I've experienced in my entire life. We all knew what he was going through. His insides were being tossed about like a freshly prepared garden salad. After a while, he came out, but he had changed.
My sister didn't believe me. She took them to work. Everybody had some. There were no bathrooms at that construction site.
Preston Tucker survived, but by a thread. I believe part of Preston's soul was expelled that day with the gummy bears.
When I ordered these, I had no warnings. I'm not a moron. I just didn't know.
I managed to crawl out of the bathroom, and Andrea, she. I can't do this. I can't do this, man.
Hey, sir!
I can't do this!
Bang! Inception noise! You're supposed to make the inception noise, dude.